Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your Turf Gnomes here. Listen, I got an SRT-XD at 2020 from Spartan here. Go over a couple things I like, a couple things I don't like. One, this is the 36 horsepower Vanguard big block air-cooled carbureted engine. You can notice the 24 by 14 by 12 wheels. They're radial, so they have a good ride on them. On some bumpy terrain. Pretty cool mags. I got the 61-inch XTF deck. What are they calling it? They're calling it the XTF 61. Don't know what it stands for. I'm sure if you looked it up, you'd find it. 7 gauge, 61-inch deck. It's solid. I like the fact that they moved in that wheel from being on the outer edge. Usually when they're on the outer edge, they get prone to hooking onto things such as fence posts and digging in the yard when turning. A little bit of a bumper cushion there. I think some of these upgrade things are available, but on the XD model or come to stock. So with that, you get a little plastic housing cover here. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people love it. I've jumped on it. I'm 170 pounds. I've jumped on it and no problem cracking it or anything like that. Underneath you will see a dampener spring. That helps reduce the impact when you engage the PTO. Also, I think that main idler pulley there is solid one piece spun. It's not welded together or anything like that. There's no rivets on it. So that is going to be less of a failure. The deck has your adjustments right here to level it off. No chains to mess with. It just uses simple standard all thread type adjustments on both the front and the back. I love the fact that it does not scalp on my yard. I have a very hilly and undulating yard, and I have not yet to scalp it. On the front, there is the standard forks. Now, one thing that really caught my attention when this thing rolled off the truck for demo is that, yeah, you're seeing it, that orange. That orange is actually rust. And I think a mower with 10 hours should not have rust on it. So the powder coating process here is a little bit on the iffy side. Of course, you can scrape that off and put some Rust-Oleum on it to match the rest of the mower, but still, it's a new mower, you know? Maybe because this is a demo unit, they can get away with presenting that to their clients. These front wheels are radial, they're air inflatable, they are not run flats. They provide a bouncier, not a bouncier, they reduce some of the bounce in your ride. So that's pretty good. The way that this front spindle lines up with there, basically if you guide your front wheels on the track of the line you just cut, you can lay that just enough over where you're not getting any stragglers sticking up. So that's pretty cool. There is the factory headlight on the XD. It's automatically installed. I know that's an option most people get. The one thing that I don't like is I wish there was a 2-inch hitch built into the frame. I know they make two different options. They make one that has a metal weighted plate that bolts on to this I-beam here and then over to this one, that one there. But I don't want to have something bolted on. I use it for, you can use it for a plow, but I use it for a front spreader, a 2-inch hitch spreader. And I don't want to have to bolt something on and off. And I know if you leave it on, it's probably going to affect that light. So that's one thing to consider if you're looking for a mower. I know the bad boys have it, so on and so forth. So here's your other front tire. Here is the rest of your deck. Here's the business end, the chute. Pretty solid one piece, except for when it gets hit under the blades, such as running up to a big old tree and not lifting it up. That's what happens there. Those blades, I believe they're 21 inches. I don't know what blades are on there. They look standard. They don't like gators or anything like that. There is like a deflector piece that is under here that helps keep this from gumming up. But as you see, it's gummed up. Moving up the chute, they offer a couple different chute deflector pieces on it. You can get the standard chute, you can get the Spartan shield, and then you can get the passive door with basically there's a lever here that you push forward and it opens and closes the door. I like the 12-volt one, and in doing so, I'll talk to you about that in a second. I have one that I put on my, I have a bad boy, a 60 inch 35 horse Cat Perkins diesel from about 2008. And that thing's a tank. I got front 2-inch receiver, I got rear 2-inch receiver. It's a diesel. I fill it up twice a year to do residential. I mean, the thing just sips fuel. This one, on the other hand, likes to use half a gallon or half a tank of fuel to cut our properties around here, and mine's about 2 acres. So anyway, back to the mower. So this is the you think this is a gas tank, right? You're wrong. It's not a gas tank at all it is just a fancy little plastic piece that holds your controls. Now I'm going to go ahead and hop up there. As you notice, the armrests, which are part of the XD offering, so those are optional, but they do come on the XD. So if you look at the control panel here, obviously you have your deck height adjustment in, oh, my shoe fell off, in regards to this. So this is how you would raise the deck. You would then go ahead and turn it to the increment you need, and then you would lower the deck. It's hydraulically lowered, so it's nice and smooth. It doesn't slam down on the ground. But I'm gonna go ahead and put that back up in transport. And there you go. On my bad boy, all I do is I have a little switch. I raise and lower my deck, and you'll see 1 through 5, and the little pin goes, and that's how I know how high that is. It's not very accurate, but I know halfway between 5 and 4 is 4.5. So this is the dashboard. Notice little area here. When I say little area, I mean like a phone won't fit in there. But also notice their 12-volt accessory port. Now I would use this for like a 12-volt powered spreader or a 12-volt powered seeder, you know, the ones that run on their own motor as opposed to you know, rolling by wheels, like a spreader or something like that. So I would use it for that. On the dash, you have your this button here will tell you how many hours the mower has been on, and then if you push it again, it tells you how many hours the mower has been on with the PTO engaged. So that's nice to know if you're just like idling or doing a lot of yard work where you're pulling stuff around and not really using the mower deck. So that's nice to know when to replace your belts and so on and so forth. The next button down is your tachometer, and in there obviously it's off, so there's 0 RPMs. That number, I can't really see it. It's getting dark here. I think that is the hours on the engine. And of course that's the RPM. This is when you need to change your oil. This is a reminder for that. You do have some idiot lights that light up red. Obviously if your oil is missing or there's no pressure, that's going to turn red. Your battery likewise is also it would light up red if there was a problem. Oh, it's a voltometer, so it'll tell you the volt of your battery here. Yeah, fine. Yeah, 12.4. So that's what that is. The next one is the seat. If you get out of the seat, you're releasing the switch, so it's going to turn red. These are your levers. They have to be in the home position, not on your lap. So if those don't light up, you're good to go. And then last, the parking brake has to be on when you need to start the mower. And then the PTO switch would turn on and off there. Like, I can't start it with the PTO engaged. There is a push button start, which is pretty cool. Instead of turning a key, it's neat. Here is your headlight. Let me turn it on for you here. So let's see, we got power there. Here's the front light. It's pretty bright. Casts a good flood. Enough that you wouldn't want to really be cutting in the darkness, but it's there. Hook up a wagon, pull your kids on Halloween. And then right here is your up down. So this can be put into, I believe, 2 different things, and I don't know if both of them can be put in simultaneously. What this is for, your Spartan shield, that's actuated by 12 volts, so that's that flap that's going to open and close. And the other one would be to raise and lower your deck. Instead of having using the foot pedal and all that, you would use the powered lift on there. Your throttle, and then of course your choke for your carbureted engines. The comfort positioning of this is great. You can adjust your handles. When these are out, your arms just kind of sit there naturally and they feel really comfortable. A lot of people get wrist problems with that. There are no armrests on the chair. because you don't really need them. You're using your arm sticks. So let me park this bad boy back at home. You'll notice, I'm home. So that's that. Hopping off, I'll show you the seat. The seat is not an air ride, but it is a suspension seat, and it is a deluxe suspension seat, and it also has their tech packs and isolation packs. So what that means is this is your frame that tilts up and down. This is basically just wrought steel that has bolted onto it with these dampening, basically it's a piece of rubber, dampening spacers. There's 3 of them, I believe, on this. So there's one, I think there's another one over there, and another one over there. And what that does, that allows the deck, the seat to rotate this way, and then the seat being its comfort seat, you set the height to your weight, and that goes up and down. So that is part of the SRT-XD package. It comes with all of those fun accessories. Underneath the seat, I don't feel like flipping it up for you, but underneath the seat there are what they call their tech packs. And what they are, they're big rubber bushings, and they kind of compress a little bit. Think of like an airbag on a suspension for a car. Obviously there's no air on these, but you move them forward or aft depending on your body weight. If you're really far forward, I think you're lighter. If you're in the middle, you're like 200 pounds. If you're higher than that, you put them in the back. That's so your seat doesn't bottom out. On this particular mower, and I don't know why, there is 1 gas tank. It looks like there's 2. If you look at the other side, right, you'd think, oh, there's another gas tank over there. Wrong. There's a gas tank. Okay, and your gas tank holds, I believe it's 9 gallons. I have 2 acres, and I had half a tank in it, and I ran out of gas, so I had to get more gas and put another quarter in it to finish. So that sucks right there. Once again, it is a carbureted engine, and there is no fuel injection on this particular model, but I know fuel injection is a little bit more fuel efficient, and with that you can drive a little longer. The one thing that sucks is this is where you put your gas in, and this is where most people put all their crap, their drinks, big gulps, whatever, candy bar, phone. I don't know why they don't take that 12-volt socket and put it over here, because this is where all your phone's going. I also don't like the fact that when you fill gas, I don't know, but unless you're the master of gas filling, you're going to spill gas. And when you spill gas, where does it go? On your candy bar, on your big gulp, in your phone, all your other crap that you have floating in here throughout the day. So I'm not a fan of this being here. It'd be better if they put it here, or maybe even here. But they didn't. They stuck it there, and so that's Spartan's dealings. I do like the mower. I think it's a pretty cool mower. The 18cc hydros from Parker are extremely sensitive. What I mean by that is you move that lever a tiny bit and it's going. I have to constantly fight to keep a straight line, which I don't like. My bad boy now, I have, like I said, I have that 60-inch 35 horse Perkins with its own 16cc Parkers, and it's such an easy thing to drive. This one's a little bit more touchier. So yeah, rollover protection system. Obviously, if you have that, you're going to want to put your seatbelt on, because if you roll over and you don't have your seatbelt on, then you're going to die. It does have the chrome gas, or the exhaust. Some solid wheels down here. Most of these wheels, it's hard to see, it's dark. Most of these wheels are hollow. These are solid, and these particular wheels are there to protect the exhaust from you going up and down curbs. So this does have some sort of isolation or suspension in it. I don't know what or how. All I know is are some copyright infringement patents and stuff like that, legalities that are going on between Spartan and Bad Boy, because Robert Forster used to be a part of Bad Boy and he no longer is, and he is saying that those are his patents, and Bad Boy is saying no, these are our company patents. And so anyway, that is really between those guys. It drives nice. It has good visibility all around you. You can really see the deck out in front. It's comfortable. It does have adjustable levers, so if you're bigger, longer arms, what have you, you can all do that. Any questions, of course, leave some comments below. I'd love to hear them from you and answer them any way I can. Real quick, I'll just give you, I mean, it's dark out now, but you can see the lawn cut is pretty even. I did not have any stragglers. This used to be dirt a couple months ago. I renovated it and regraded it and all that fun stuff. So those lines you see there, that going away line and this coming back line, those are done with a Ventrac and a 60-inch cut. You're not getting any better cut than on a Ventrac. These are 3 weeks old. So with this Spartan 2 mows, I've gone left and right. I don't see any stripes, but I do see my Ventrac stripes. So yeah, you make that decision whether or not you want to get a striping kit, or you're cool with just using the wheels to lay down the stripes for you. I personally like a striping kit. I think it looks more manicured, and I think that's the way that lawn should be cut, especially if you run a business and your business is to maintain turf grass. Anyway, there it is, the Spartan, the 2020 SRT-XD 61-inch Briggs Vanguard 36 carbureted engine. And leave some comments. Let me know what you think.